Imagine waking up tomorrow and the world is unrecognizable. The sunlight is a lot harsher than usual. The air itself feels strange. Then you notice it. Every single tree on Earth is gone. Not cut down, not fallen, just disappeared overnight. You'd think we'd be out of breath, but you are wrong. Because what actually happens is far worse than just suffocating. We all know trees aren't just scenery. They are the lungs of our planet. Forests and trees consume billions of tons of carbon dioxide every year and release oxygen. A large share of the world's oxygen comes from trees. They also have another major role. They pull water out of the ground and release it into the sky, where it becomes rain. Their roots grip the soil firmly, holding entire landscapes in place. They feed and shelter most of the life on Earth, and even influence global weather patterns. Lose them, and you break Earth's life support system instantly. Now just imagine, what if every tree on Earth disappears overnight? What happens to the world then? Nothing at first. The sun rises in a strange world. Most people think without trees there will be no oxygen and we will suffocate within seconds. But this is where many of us are wrong. Even after trees are gone, you are still breathing and alive. Because the air above your head holds an enormous reservoir of oxygen, enough to last for thousands of years, even if every plant on Earth ceased to exist at once. Because most of the oxygen never came from trees in the first place. It came from other places, like oceans. So you won't choke instantly. But one would ask, if oxygen is not what we run out of if trees just disappear, then what would it cause? As there are no trees, roads and buildings now absorb more heat. Cities burn under the scorching sun. Animals wander into unfamiliar places as forest does not exist anymore. Then something starts changing inside of the Earth. The soil that was held in place for thousands of years by a hidden web of roots is suddenly loose, and exposed landsliding starts to happen on extreme scales. But this is just the start. Now, if you don't know the science, let me explain. Trees are major drivers for controlling rain and weather patterns. Without them, when it rains, the rainwater turns into something else. With no trees to slow it down, it floods entire cities within hours. The gentle, soothing rain we never feared before has now become one of the most destructive forces on the planet. Time passes, and the climate changes for the worse. The rain suddenly stops in areas where it's needed the most. Without trees, the wettest places on Earth begin to dry out and burn. At the same time, all the carbon dioxide trees once absorbed from the atmosphere keeps on building. Temperatures are now rising faster than ever. Now there are droughts on one side of the world, floods on the other. The weather is unleashing horrors that can't be undone. In space, some other acts of unknown are happening. Earth begins to change color. The deep green regions have faded into browns and greys. Now there are deserts where the rainforests once breathed. Wildlife populations begin to collapse as mass extinctions spread across the planet. A huge number of land species could be wiped out within a few years. And the human civilization? They hang by a thread. Billions face starvation, heat, and conflict. Survivors struggle in shrinking greenhouses and algae farms, desperately trying to produce oxygen artificially. With time, the only planet with life on it, the single blue-green light in an endless ocean of dead planets, begins to look like all the others. Quit. Barren. Dead. a stark warning of how much we depend on something we often take for granted.